Welcome, everyone. This is Professor Smith bringing you another Hebrew study. In the book of Zephaniah, there is a prophecy that our Heavenly Father will restore to the earth a pure language. We understand that Hebrew is the closest derivation of that pure language. Let's explore it together. Shalom, and let's get started. We'll see what we can come up with here. We're finishing up Shiur Arba'im, which is 44, lesson 44. A lot of interesting things that we learned here. Some of this stuff was, things that I had encountered before. But now we have, when we look at binyan, pu'al, what we're talking about here is one of the branches of verb forms. Okay, so the binyan is like a building, and it has to do with, there's like 7 main branches of verb forms. So binyan is, and then this is the particular branch we're going to be looking at, pu'al. And then bazaman avar. So in the time of, which would be the past, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Let me see if I can get this. Binyan pu'al bazaman avar. Bisman. Pu'al. Might be pa'al.
בניין פעל בזמן עבר. בניין פעל בזמן עבר.
Okay, so basically, this is the verb form itself. It's like, you might see it in English, like that. And it's in the past tense. And this is somewhat elementary here because it's interesting how each text decides to figure out what's more important. But here we have lamadti, which is, I think that's I sat lamad. Lamadti. Oh, study has to do with lomed.
למדתי.
Yeah, it comes with study. I think it comes from lomed.
למדתי.
Lamadati. And notice how this is a vocal shabbat. Okay, so I studied. I remember that it's in the past. So here we have lamadta, which would be you studied, masculine singular. Lamad, which would be you studied, feminine singular. Who lamad, which would be he studied. He lamadta, or lambda. Look at that. He lambda. So she studied. So this is, I mean, like I say, I've gone over this quite a few times. So this last section shouldn't be too hard. Now here is the plural, and this is the singular. So we have lamadnu, which would be we studied. Lamadtem, which would be you all studied, mixed plural. Lamadten would be you all studied, feminine only. And then in the third person, we have hem, lamad u, or it'd be lamdu. Lamd looks like lamdu. So probably this one would receive the first end of the syllable, lamdu. That's probably how that would be. They studied, and then hen would be lam. This looks like lam. And oh, it's the same, lamdu. Okay, so this is why we have the hen and the hem. All right, to indicate whether it's masculine or feminine. Okay, so that's pretty elementary. Let me see. We'll knock this down here. Get rid of that there, okay. All right, so here we have the stem for binyan pual, past tense conjugation, consists of 3 root letters with 2 A vowels under the first and second letters. So we have katab, which is writing, and then we have a vol or a chal. Let's see here what I know the katab is the writing one, or wrote. A chal. Food, that's right.
Achal. Achal.
Yeah, so this is basically the form, this would be like food, and then katab would be wrote. However, in he, hem, and hen, there's only 1 A vowel under the first root letter. The second one drops as a vowel. And so we have a vav or yod is added at the end of the word, and the accent shifts to the last syllable. So that's what happened here. Like lam, and then there's the accent do. Okay, all right. Let's see here. The appropriate pronunciation of the second person plural atem is shava, no vowel. Okay, so then I would say let's see, lemad I think that's probably what that is. Lamadtem.
Lamadetem.
Oh, look at this. So it's basically they're saying that this is a vocal shava. Look at that, lamadatim.
Lamadetem.
Lamadatim. Okay, so this becomes a vocal shava, and this becomes a silent shava. Okay. All right. So under for example, we have katabtim. Yeah, I see where that is. However, it's very frequently pronounced katabtim. Okay. This group includes all the verbs of the binyan pual, gezeret, ha shlomaim. Okay, let's take a look at this. Gezeret hashlamaim. I haven't seen that word in a while.
Veret hashlemim.
Okay, we're doing something wrong here. We need a
Gizrat hashlemim. Gizrat hashlemim.
okay, so we have Gizrat Hashlemim, which has to do with the whole sector, which means it's the whole thing here. Okay. Okay, so the Binyan Pu'ol and then the Gizrat Hashlemi.
Gizrat hashlemim.
All right, so let's take a look at what we have. Let's see here. This looks like Lehov, which is it comes from Lehov. Yeah, to love.
Lehov.
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 Okay, lehol is to eat, I'm pretty sure. Ligmor. Ligmor. Yeah, to finish.
Ligmor.
Ligmor. Okay, then we've got led. Looks like ledfolk. Ledfolk.
Lidpok. Lidpok.
Let's see here. Lead folk means to knock. Interesting. I don't see that one very often. To knock. Lomer. Lomer.
Lomar.
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 Okay, so that means to tell. Okay. Lehatzur. Now, I've seen this one before. I just can't remember what it is. Lehatzur.
לחצור, לחצור,
Lehatzor.
לחצור,
Lehatzor. So it means to block. Okay. Lichtov, I know this one is to write. Little mode has to do with studying. Linsoa has to do with traveling by motorized convention. Lispor, I'm trying to remember what that one is. Lispor.
לספור, לספור,
So it's like lispor, which is to count. Okay. Le'avod. I think that has to, avod means to work. Le'avod.
לעבוד,
Oh, it's la'avod.
לעבוד,
Okay, so this is la'avod. To work, okay. How about lavor? Lavor
לעבור,
means to pass.
לעבור,
Comes from aver, to pass. Okay, how about this one? La amor. La amor.
לאמור, לאמור,
Listen to that, lehmor. So in that case, it sounds like it's a segol under there, doesn't it? Lehmor. And that's to say. All right, lifgosh. Lifgosh.
לפגוש, לפגוש,
Okay, so that's to meet. Okay. Leaf. That might be leaf toch. Leaf toch. Yeah.
לפתוח, לפתוח,
Yeah, to open. Okay. This looks like Lear code. Lear code.
לרקוד,
Lear code. Okay, so to dance. How about this one? Lish. Lishkov.
לרקוד,
Lishkov.
לשכב, לשכב,
I don't see that one very often. This means like to lie down. How about this one? Lishmoach. Lishmoach.
לשמוח, לשמוח,
Notice that it's a scene, not a sheen. Lishmoach, which means to be glad. How about this one? Lishol. Lishol.
לשאול,
Yeah, it comes from I think from shalah, which means to ask. How about this one? Lishmoa, I think. Let's see. I think that means to listen. Lishmoa.
לשמוע,
Yeah, to listen. Okay. Okay, so we're dealing with, like we mentioned, the binyan all, which is past. So it's like I did something or ate something or something like that. Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of this here. Delete that. Move on down. Okay, so now here we have, it also includes verbs whose third root letter is aleph, although the aleph is silent. So we have likro. I think that comes from kara, which means to speak, maybe. Likro.
לקרוא,
To read, not speak.
לקרוא,
Likro, that's right. It comes from kara, to read. Okay, how about this one? I think that's let's set. Let's set. Yeah.
לצאת, לצאת,
It's almost like let's sate, isn't it? Let's sate. To go out. Okay, how about this one? Les Shabbat. That might have to do with well, let's look at this. And the verbs of yod. This would be like a fe and then a yod combination. Has to do with gezrat. And here's the gezrat, which is the whole form. This has to do with the whole form. We have pay and noon combination. Okay, so the aleph is silent and the verbs of. So these forms just saying, it's giving you a notice that the aleph is silent in these. Okay. I think this one is lileket. Lileket.
ללכת,
Lileket. Oh, it means to go. But this one, leda'at. I think that one has to do with like to know. Leda'at.
לדעת,
Ledat. Listen to that. It almost runs together. How about this one? Lishon. I think that's the sleep one. Lishon.
לישון,
Yeah, to sleep. Okay, how about this one? Let's set. Let's set.
לצאת,
To go out. How about this one? This looks like lechat. Lechat. Lechat.
לקחת,
Listen to that one.
לקחת,
Lechahat. Lechahat.
לקחת,
To take. Lechahat. To take. Okay, interesting. All right, so what they want us to do is they want us to fill in this chart. Oh, so we have Targil Shalosh, which is exercise 3. Hashalem et, let's see, ha tevila. Let's take a look at that. I know the Hashalem is complete. Hashalem et hatevila.
השלם את הטבילה,
Hatevila. Am I missing something here? Yeah, I shouldn't have a yod in there.
השלם את הטבלה, השלם את הטבלה,
Hatabla. Tabla. Okay, so this is like it's like a table. Which is a transliteration of an English word. Okay, so hashlem et hatabla, which would be complete the table. Hashlem means to complete. Okay, so what we have here is the root, shoresh, And then we have ani, which is first person singular, ata, second person singular, at, second person feminine singular, who, third person masculine, he, third person feminine, anaknu, first person plural, atem is second person. That's like saying you all, plural. Aten, you all, strictly feminine, and then hem and hen. So, basically, it's going to be this form, or it's going to be with a noon suffix, which would be feminine plural, strictly. Okay, so it's kind of like a puzzle, because what they're doing here is they're giving you just one of these columns, and then you have to figure out what fits in there. Well, so what would aid you greatly in this endeavor? Well, if you get this program called Petalim, it's extremely useful program. I don't know if I can get it up there to see you guys. Okay, maybe you can see it now. Okay, Petalim. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So basically, all I have here in this as a clue here under this column, see what the first one is, who, pagash. So that pagash might have to do with drinking, possibly. Let's take a look at it. No, it has to do with to meet, to encounter. Okay, so then what is the shoresh here? So they're only giving us this here. So what's the shoresh? Well, so now you see these three here already. That gives you a clue. But the shoresh, which would be the root, the three-letter root. So you would have pei, gamel, and sheen. That's the root. Now, if you were to say ani, if I want to meet, it would be pagashti. So there's not a lot of room here, is there? So pagashti, it would be pagashti. So how about if you said ata, it would be pagashta. Let's see, pagashta, and there would be a kametz under here. So that would be like you met. This ani one would be I met. Now, how about in the feminine singular, pagasht? So we would have a. So this would have two shavas, pagasht. Okay. All right, so then we have the who, which is pagash. He met. What about she met? Well, it would be pagsha, right? Okay, so for he, it would be which is she, pagsha. Okay, so that's she met. Now moving over to anaknu, which would be we met. We should have pag shanu. Let's see here. Okay, so pag shanu. I think we got that right. which means we met. Now, what about you all met, mixed plural? We should have pagash, pagashtem. All right. Okay, pagashtem, you all met. Now, how about strictly women? We should have pagashten. Okay, and then for him, we should have pagshu. Okay, and that's the same for hen. So that's essentially that's how they want us to fill this chart. And basically do the same thing. So in this, notice in this case, we have Karanu, I think. Let's take a look at that. Karanu.
קראנו, קראנו.
Yeah, Karanu. Okay, so that means we read. So then we have to find the one that is to read. And it has to do with it's going to be likro, which is the that's going to be the full form. So what is the shoresh, which is the root? It's going to be kof resh aleph. Okay, then if you want to say I read, what would it be? It would be ani karati, not the Far East discipline. This is I read. There we go, karati. Now, what about ata? You read. We would have karat. Okay, how about you feminine singular read? We would have karat. Let's see. Oh, actually, this would be karata. You, masculine singular. Now, if you had feminine singular, it would simply be karat. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to memorize these letters. Okay, so now if you say he read, it would simply be kara, right? Now, what about if you say she read? It's going to be kar ah. Kar ah. Okay, so and then they've given us karanu, which is we read. How about you all read, mixed plural? Karatem. Okay, how about you all read strictly women? It would be karaten. And a nun sofit. Notice that a nun sofit is strictly denotes that it is just women, you all women. You all women, red. Then finally we have, and these are the same, karu. So I forgot there's an aleph in there, and then there's a shuruk. So remember that in the third person plural, it's always the same in a past tense. Okay. So now, what we have in this now is we have a kalta. Now this, I recognize this one right off. It means you ate. Comes from ochel, achol, or achol, which means to eat. So probably it's going to be lechol, which is to eat. Lechol. Let's see here. Come on now. Lechol, that's what it is. Lechol. All right. So what is the shoresh? We have an aleph, we have a chaf, and we have a lamed. So the shoresh is the root. So how do you say I ate? It would be ochel, ani ochel. If you say you ate, it would be akalta. If you say you feminine singular ate, it would be a cult. A culta. A cult. Let's see if we can. So we have a left, kaf, lamed, and then a tav. So basically you would see two shavas under these. That's what sets it apart from you, masculine singular, to feminine singular, a cult. Okay, now under the third person he ate, it would simply be a call, he ate. And you would have a kametz here and a patak. But you don't see those in modern Hebrew. You just have to memorize those, which is what makes this language one of the most difficult in the world, aside from Chinese, to learn. All right, akla. Uh-oh. Out of the gate, we already spelled something wrong. Okay, so akla, which is, this would be she ate, akla, right? Now we move over to the plural, and what do we have for we ate? Akolnu. With a shirk, akolnu, we ate. How about you all ate? We have akoltem. And that's mixed plural, you all ate. How about you all ate only women? A call 10 with a noon sofit. There's the noon sofit. Okay. Now, remember that in the third person plural, it's always the same whether it's masculine or feminine. That's why there's only one column here. Okay, let's see here. So what do we have? We have aklu. Okay, so So whether it's hem aklu, they ate, or hen aklu, it's the same thing. This is why you include the pronoun in the third person plural, so that you know the difference, whether it's they, all women, or they mixed plural, men and women, or just men. All right, so now in this case, we'll look at the next one. Yod, Zadi, Aleph. To exit, to go out. Okay, so we have la eitz, or lat zet, which means to go out. So if you were to say I went out, it would be yotze, right? You went out. Wait a minute here. We got a wrong one here. That's incorrect. Sorry about that, guys. If we say I went out, it's yatsati. I thought something didn't quite sound right. Okay, so yatsati, I went out. Okay, so how about you, masculine singular, went out? It would be yatsat, yatsata, yatsata. Looks like yatsata. Um, okay, and then at, which would be you, feminine singular, we should get yatsat. And so this would be like a shabbat. Actually, there's no shabbat there, but it's just yatsat. So she went out, or you, not she, but you went out. How about for who, which is he, we should have yatsa. All right, and then for he, it should be yatsat. Okay, so for anaknu, which is we went out, or we exited, it would be yatsanu. Okay, so there's yatsanu. Then if we say you all went out, it would be yatsatim. Okay, and then if you have you all went out, only females, it's yatsaten. I think we might have missed something here. Yeah. And then there's a noon suffix. So remember, you all, only women, uses a noon suffix. So then in the third tense, in the third person plural, it's the same. It's yatsu. Okay, so remember, so basically this is, if you said hem yatsu, it's they mixed plural went out, or if it's hen yatsu, it's they only females went out. Okay, so now look at this here. We have sham u. That's the only clue we get to fill in all these blanks. Well, I already recognize that. It's they listened. And so what is the so what is the shoresh column? Well, it's a 3-letter root. Okay, so it is sheen, mem, ayin, shema. So that's the root. All right, so if we say I listened, it would be shamati, right? Shamati. If you say you listened, it would be shamata. Okay. If you say you listened only a woman, just strictly a woman, it would be shamat. And so basically under the ayin and the tav, you would have a double shabah. Now, what would be he listened? It would be shema. All right, now how about she listened? It would be sham-ah. There would be a shabah here. And then there would be a ayin with a kametz, and it would be a hey. Okay, so that gives you what the nikud would be. Okay, so now moving to the plural column, first person, we hear or we listen, what would it be? Shema nu. Okay, Shema nu. Now you all listened, mixed plural, Shematem. Okay, how about you all listened strictly females? It would be Shema 10. And a noon sofit. So this is essentially how we do this. Now for the last one. We've only been given one. We've been given the singular feminine, which in the third person, she. So what do we have? He chatzra. Okay, so let's put that in there. Okay, so it has to do with returning the way back, retreat, rehearsal, repetition. So what is the shoresh for this? It is a 3-letter root. So we have a chet, we have a zayin, and we have a resh. So hasar. So if we say let's see here, wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. I think I did something wrong here, guys. Let's go here. He, Hasra.
היא חזרה.
Okay, so she returned. So let's see here. To return has to do with returning. So looks like I got the wrong root here. We just have to figure out what yeah, here it is, to return. And Hazer should be okay, yeah, so yeah, I think it's going to be this here. So what is the root? Okay, I might have had it right the first time. That looks more like a dalet than a. Let's try to get that right this time. There we go, Hatzer. Now, if we say ani Hatzer, it should be hazarti. So I returned. How about hazart ka? Let's see how this works. Okay, so you returned. You feminine, so hazarteh. Okay, so you feminine singular. So with who we should have oh, this is not tracking, is it, guys? Not tracking. I have a little trouble with this one. Let's put in K Dayin Resh. There we go. There we go. I found it. In the Pa'al form. That's what we need. Okay. Okay. I think we're on the right track now, guys. Okay, so we have it's there. Okay, boy, I'm gonna have to get busy here. Azarti, okay. Okay, so I returned. You returned. Azarta. Okay, and then you returned. Hazart, okay, and then he returned would be Hazar. Okay, he, Hazra, she returned. Anaknu would be Hazarnu. Okay, and then we would have Atem, Hazartem. And then we would have Hazarten for Aten. Nun Sofit. So this is you all returned, and then finally we would have Hazru. Okay, so they returned. All right, guys. I think we're gonna leave off there because I've got to meet somebody for luncheon. But this is good for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you know, we got a good 50 minutes in. Let's see here. Let me just so let's double check the answer key real quick, okay? Okay, so this all looks right. Pagash, Pagash T, Pagash Ta. So Pagasht as I think that's to do with meeting. Kara has to do with reading. Karati, I read, Karata. Yeah, all of these forms, a call has to eat, a call T, a call ta, you ate, a call he ate, a call akla, she ate, aklenu, we ate, a call tem, you all ate, a call tem, you all ate, feminine plural, aklu. So if it's hem aklu, it's they ate. If it's hen aklu, it's they, all girls ate. So all these forms, you notice the pattern here. For example, shema, shamati, I listen, shamata, you listen, shamat, you listen feminine, shema, he listened, shema, shama, she listened, shamanu, we listened, shamatem, they, you all listened, mixed plural, shamaten, you all listened, all females, and then shamu, they listened, and so on. Same thing down here with this returning one, zarti, Hazarta, Hazar, which has to do, he returned, Hazra, she returned, and so on. All right, so pretty simple here, and with this particular program, or you should get a chart. It's pretty easy to flesh this out. Okay, so remember, hey, our email, Cash App, if you would like to donate. Please consider donating. Just buys materials so I can put these free classes online, and you should be getting something out of this. At least I hope you do. And yeah, willing, until the next time we are on here, keep working on your Hebrew.